Now at 6, we have new information overnight after a drive-by shooting in Vancouver left 2 people hospitalized. What we know about the incident plus.
Please give it back. We'd love it back, and we're very forgiving, and we're not gonna press charges or anything.
A local youth rugby team is hoping to get their trailer back after it was stolen. What they say was inside the trailer coming up in a live report.
And you can add a new mascot to the NFL, the Couch Hogs. We'll walk you through the moment that this dog stole the spotlight from its owner, who was being drafted into the NFL. Coming up as your news at Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Tuesday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchick. Glad to have you with us. Rod Hill, Chris McGinnis, standing by with a look at the weather and traffic and another nice start to the morning.
Yeah, good morning. No weather-related issues. We are dry this morning. Today's going to be a lot like yesterday. The question again is, will we get some mid to late afternoon clearing or not? Of course, yesterday most of us did not. Here's a look at the cloud cover that we still have up top from our state capitol camera down in Salem. Here you see the clouds over the vineyard from the Salem tasting room out in Sherwood. 47 degrees is the temperature. So to the bus stop we go. Upper 40s out the door. Sun up, by the way, we're getting close. 6:03 this morning. 54 degrees at noon, still overcast. And then the question mark. Sun breaks. Will be about 56 degrees in the Kids Scout School. If we get some sun again, we'll warm up to 60 later today. Here's Chris.
Okay, Rod, thanks for that. We start with a traffic alert on the Abernathy Bridge. Let's take you there. I-205 southbound between Oregon City and West Lynn. This disabled truck has been here for a good hour and a half now. It's you can see a tandem here, like a box truck and a semi there. In any event, the southbound right lane is blocked right at the Highway 43 exit ramp. So traffic is backed up clear across the bridge now. And over to Oregon City. This is the snapshot from 99E. It's actually starting to back up towards Highway 213. So with that in mind, sorry for that camera down below, but the trip from Clackamas south to Tualatin up to 21 minutes. So we're definitely ahead of schedule with that slowing. Elsewhere in the freeway system, we're off to a pretty good start. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Vancouver police are investigating after a drive-by shooting sent 2 people to the hospital. Around 8:30 last night, Vancouver police responded to reports of a shooting near Northeast 18th Street between Burnt Bridge Creek and 4th Plain. When they arrived, they found a man with non-life-threatening injuries and took him to the hospital. Half an hour later, a second gunshot wound victim was brought to the hospital with a life-threatening injury. Police recovered several shell casings and a firearm from the scene.
Also in Clark County, the sheriff's office says a 73-year-old man was killed Monday morning in a deadly shooting. Deputies say they found Gary Bender dead inside his home off Northeast Davis Road just after 11. Authorities caught up with the suspect, who was seen leaving the area on a bike. Police arrested 34-year-old Brian Kangas, who they say had a gun on him at the time.
In Beaverton, a 21-year-old is in custody accused of killing a 20-year-old man. Police found the victim in the parking lot of the Park Brook Manor Apartments on Southwest 5th around 7 o'clock Monday morning. And despite life-saving efforts, the Beaverton man was pronounced dead at the scene. They say the suspect, Balazar Rivera Brito, was nearby. Detectives say the two knew each other.
The Southeast Portland youth rugby team is out thousands of dollars in gear after someone took off with their team's trailer.
Yeah, players say the trailer was packed with nearly all of the club's sports equipment. Libby Dowsett is live with a reaction from the team. Good morning, Libby.
Good morning, guys. Now, players and coaches are hoping the public will help them track down that trailer, which was locked up with pretty much all of their equipment they need to play.
That's part of what drives the East
practice equipment, gear. All of the items they need to practice are all gone. The Eastside Tsunami Youth Rugby Team says the trailer went missing late Thursday from the 6700 block of Southeast Belmont Street near Mount Tabor. The trailer was secured with a hitch and wheel locks, but someone was still able to take it. The rugby club draws players from across the Portland area and says the loss has hit especially hard.
Shocked, pretty confused too, because I wasn't expecting someone to steal a trailer full of rugby gear.
I think we might have one tackle pad, maybe.
There was an ability for them to have smelled the trailer from the outside. They would have known they didn't want to get into that trailer.
And that coach is joking, but he says they lost about $10,000 to $15,000 worth of gear and that trailer. They have filed a police report. They have set up a GoFundMe, hoping to recover that gear, find it, or buy some new gear so they can practice. Back to you guys.
All right, Libby Dowsett reporting live this morning. Libby, thank you. Meanwhile, at least 3 people were hurt in an overnight shooting at a bar in Portland's Pearl District. Police say 2 people were taken to the hospital after shots were fired near Northwest 13th and Gleason. A third arrived at the hospital just a few hours later. Authorities say all are expected to survive. There's no word on a suspect or any arrests.
So there's good news for people who drive down Northwest 23rd Avenue. The northern stretch is getting resurfaced. From May 4th through the 19th, PBOT is grinding up the battered road and replacing it. The section between Lovejoy and Vaughn will close during the day for this work. PBOT says the project is just a temporary fix. Meantime, there's some big changes in the works for Portland's controversial arts tax, with relief for some taxpayers and higher rates for others. A new proposal would raise the rate from $35 to $50 for individuals and $100 for joint filers. The tax generates around $11 million a year for art programs in schools and nonprofits, but it's also drawing in complaints, partially because paying it requires a completely separate process. A recent city audit found roughly 25% of qualifying Portlanders still don't pay.
The whole hassle and the expense of collecting it and the annoyance to voters for this tiny amount of money, it's not even worth it. Just stop. Get rid of it. Give people a break.
Under Council President Jamie Dunphy's proposal, anyone earning $20,000 a year or less, or $40,000 for joint filers, would be exempt. It would also establish clear guidelines for how the money is spent. City leaders are set to discuss the proposal later today.
When the NBA tonight is the Blazers' final chance to keep their season alive. It's a win or go home in Texas after the Spurs took games 3 and 4 in Rip City over the weekend. San Antonio now has a 3-1 lead heading into tonight's Game 5. Tip-off tonight is set for 6:30. You can watch the game on ESPN. If the Blazers do find a way to win, Game 6 would be here in Portland on Thursday.
Cute! The NFL draft is a major night for so many families. During the draft, all eyes weren't on the players, but instead on a dog who decided to make the night about him and his comfort.
Yeah, just had to get comfy. Reporter Patrick Cornell walks us through the viral moment.
While the eyes of the football world were on Fernando Mendoza, the #1 pick in this year's NFL draft, the internet was keeping its eyes on the real star of the weekend. No, not this guy celebrating being picked, but this adorable couch-stealing dog and its dapper red bow tie. The viral moment went down at Oscar Delp's NFL Draft Watch Party. As the Georgia tight end celebrates getting selected by the New Orleans Saints, watch the dog, who carefully eyes its prize. As soon as the newest Saint stands up to give hugs, the dog makes its move. Like a running back cutting through traffic, hopping up for a few scratches before plopping down, securing its rightful spot on the couch. So which is better, getting drafted in the NFL or taking back the sofa? Who could really say? The internet, of course. A flood of comments in full support of our four-legged friend reclaiming its throne, saying the lab was the real highlight of the day. Oh, and congrats to Oscar too. Football for a career? Seems kind of fun.
Yeah, he's like, that's great. Okay, go now.
Just a lot of people, a lot of activity. He was probably tired and was like, you know what, I need a rest.
Chance 1, chance 2, chance 3, chance 4, and he makes it.
There he goes. I mean, the thought is clear. Well, if you're not going to use the couch, get out of my way.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
All right, here's a look at the cloud cover this morning. Same deal we had yesterday. Solid marine push pretty much coast to valley at this hour. As we look from our Vancouver the Springs to the waterfront camera, you can see the glassy water of the Columbia. Really a quiet morning. No wind reported at Pearson Airfield. 50 degrees is the number. Clouds over the West Hills and the Oregon Zoo. 47 this morning. Again, winds are calm. 45 out in Forest Grove. 48 in Tigard. 49 degrees up in Camas this morning. The overall wind direction today expected to be west and light. 50 up in Canby and Almsville, and Albany is at 50 degrees. Weather map, spotty shower threat out east, but generally a dry day across our region. And temperatures, not much of a variance. We'll be about 60 out east, low 60s in Bend and Madras and the Dalles. If we get a late day or mid-afternoon sunbreak, we'll get to 60 or warmer up and down I-5. If we stay overcast like yesterday, we could stall at about 58 or 59. Weather models like some partial clearing at the coast this afternoon, by the way, so we'll see. A lot of cloud cover a good chunk of the day. Maybe we hit 60. It depends on the sun. 72 tomorrow with nothing but sun. And then that dry warming forecast still in play that we've been talking about. 78 on Thursday, 84 on Sunday, 82 on Monday. Not record territory, but it would become the first 80-degree temperatures of the season here in the Rose City. Back to you.
Okay, Rod, thanks for that. We pick it up with that traffic alert on the Abernathy Bridge, I-205 southbound. A pair of semis here have the southbound right lane blocked at Highway 43. They've been there since just a little bit before 4 o'clock this morning. And now traffic is definitely starting to back up around this. You can see as we put the next camera up upstream here, this is at 99E. And in fact, we're starting to back it up towards Highway 213. So 24 minutes in building your southbound drive right now from Clackamas to Tualatin because of this. We'll keep you posted, guys.
Thank you, Chris.